welcome back to the kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a 2-ingredient strawberry ice cream. This ice cream recipe was recommended by Carolyn from the library staff, so thank you, Carolyn. And she found the recipe on a site called the Slow Roasted Italian, so I'll be putting a link to that in the description below. And our 2 ingredients, the first ingredient is creamer, like coffee creamer, and the second ingredient is frozen strawberries. Or you could also use other types of frozen fruit too, so I'm going to use up this tropical fruit mix that we already had in the freezer here at the library. So it'll be a tropical 2-ingredient strawberry ice cream. Okay, obviously you could use any type of creamer that you want, but I chose this kind, and I'll tell you why, because I always read the ingredients, and a lot of the other creamers had some odd ingredients that I didn't really like corn syrup solids and hydrogenated vegetable oil. So just a quick health lesson, whenever it says hydrogenated, that means that they've taken a oil that's supposed to be a liquid at its normal room temperature state, and they've put it through a process that makes it stay solid at room temperature. So that is hydrogenation. It makes it have a longer shelf life, so a lot of the creamers that are not in the refrigerated section, which this one was refrigerated, a lot of the ones that are just on the shelf not refrigerated, they'll have a lot of these hydrogenated oil ingredients in them to make it last on the shelf without being refrigerated. Unfortunately, hydrogenation also results in trans fats, which you may have heard about how bad trans fats are for you. So I try to avoid any kind of hydrogenated oils. So this one just has whole milk, sugar, heavy cream, natural flavors, and sea salt. And that is actually very similar to what the Slow Roasted Italian recommends as a substitute. It says if you're out of coffee creamer, you can substitute 1 cup of whole milk, 3/4 cup heavy cream, 1/4 cup powdered sugar, and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. So I think I'm getting the purest form of coffee creamer that I can find here. Alright, so I'm going to start measuring. I'm using this little blender here. If you watched the chocolate peanut butter milkshake video, you might remember how this was not my favorite blender, but I didn't feel like bringing my blender from home all the way to the library, so this is what we're using. It'll work fine. It's just a little bit small, and it's hard to take it off and scrape it down since you're blending it upside down, so when you try to take it off, you end up with a big mess, but we'll just try to not make too much of a mess. Alright, so in addition to your 2 ingredients, you're also going to need a pan to spread out the finished mixture in, which you'll then stick in the freezer. So it's got to be a freezer-safe pan for 2 hours until it's more of an ice cream-like substance. Also, it's good to have a lid. If you don't have a lid, we also recommend covering it with plastic wrap or wax paper to keep it from getting freezer burn. Alright, and then obviously you'll need an ice cream scoop when you're ready to serve it. Alright, so this recipe calls for 2 cups of the creamer and 4 cups of our frozen fruit. So, let's get you a better view. All I could find in the cupboard today was a 1/2 cup, so alright. I'm going to actually do this recipe in quarters, I think, because the blender cup is so small. So I'm going to just do a 1/2 cup of the creamer. I did not actually measure these, so let's see. And since they're such big chunks, we'll just put in a little extra here. Come on. Okay. Alright, so that would be a 1/2 cup of the creamer with approximately 1 cup of the frozen fruit. So let's see how this goes. undoing it and scraping it down each time like I did with the milkshake last time, I'm gonna just try this because I'm hoping this will help make it blend up those last few bits. Okay. Alright, we're gonna go with that. Let's tap it down so it doesn't make too much of a mess when I open it. And one thing I did forget was a spatula. Okay, I think that worked out pretty well. Okay, so then we put it in our pan. And actually, even if you do miss, like some bits, like see I have a bit there that didn't really get blended, but I think it's actually kind of good when you have ice cream that's got bits of fruit in it. So as long as you don't mind that it's not perfectly smooth, it shouldn't be a big deal. I'll take out a couple of these bits that are, on the bigger side and put them back in to blend more. But the smaller bits, I'm just going to leave them in. Alright, so let's try another half a cup. Well, let's not pour quite the whole thing in there. Just I'll pour some of it in there just to get these last few bits. Okay, that worked actually a lot better. So I think what the problem is you have to have a higher liquids to frozens ratio here. Otherwise it doesn't get everything. Okay. It did make it a little bit more liquidy, but we're going to be freezing it anyway, so hopefully it's okay. Alright, so we're going to try the rest of that half a cup of the creamer with another 1 cup of the fruit. Oops. Let's put a little less. I don't want it to struggle again. Okay, so far we've used 1 cup total of creamer. So let's add another part of another half cup. Okay, so that worked pretty well. Whoops, maybe not. Okay. Put you2 back in there with a little more liquid. Okay, that turned out thicker. Alright, so far I've used 3/4. What have I used? So far I've used, I'm getting confused here. Okay, so far I've used 3 of these half cups. So I get one more half cup because my total is 2 cups of creamer. And I've also used so far 2 cups of frozen fruit. So I get 2 more cups of frozen fruit. That was actually half, so this is 1. Okay, so I've used up my whole cream allowance, but I still have 1 more cup of frozen fruit. So I think, hello, okay. So I've used up my entire cream allowance, but I still have a 1 cup's worth of frozen fruit, so 2 of these left. So my liquids to frozen ratio is not working out according to the recipe. And I think that's because she recommends using a high power blender, which this is not. So it needs a little more liquid to kind of get through everything, otherwise it can't process it. So I'm just going to use a little extra cream, maybe just another half cup or almost another half cup, so I can get through my last 1 cup of fruit. It'll still turn out pretty much like it's supposed to. Alright, see how pretty that looks? Alright, so because I had to do mine in multiple batches, you see it kind of gets this nice two-tone effect because the fruit to cream or ratio is a little different in each batch. But I think it'll end up looking really pretty. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, that's really good. Okay, so if you were using the high power super duper blender and you were able to blend all 4 cups of berries and all 2 cups of cream at the same time and get it all blended at once, probably you could just eat it as is right away as a smoothie. But since I had to do mine in multiple batches and some batches were more liquidy than others, I'm going to put mine in the freezer. Oh drat, I just put the one I licked in there. Okay, shh, don't tell anybody. Okay. So, I'm going to put it in the freezer for 2 hours, like the recipe recommends. They do also recommend putting some wax paper over top, especially if you're going to be storing it for a while. But since I think we're probably going to finish this off pretty fast around here at the library, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put the regular lid on and put it in the freezer. Okay, and other bonus, I think I've learned the trick to working with this type of blender is that use a little more liquid than you might otherwise, And after you blend it, don't try to open it and scrape it down like I would with my normal top-loading type blender at home, but just shake it with this lid still on. Just shake it up like you saw me doing several times, and tap it so that, and then turn it so that any kind of solid chunks of fruit that didn't get blended yet are going to sink to the bottom faster than the already blended part. Then quickly stick it back on the blender to get those last few bits blended. And actually I think that worked pretty well. Alright, so I'll be back in 2 hours to show you how everybody enjoyed the ice cream.
Peggy, and after, yeah.
Alright, and here we are in the library workroom with some staff members tasting the 2-ingredient ice cream. Let's see if it's a success.
Tastes good to me.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well I hope you enjoy your 2-ingredient ice cream if you choose to make some at home. And have a good week. We'll see you next week on In the Kitchen.